Hey, what's happening? It's your boy RC in the place to be. Coming at you one more time for these live streams, you know what I'm saying? And we about to get stepped up, you know what I'm saying? The shit percolating and popping. If you want to listen along, we got the station head where you can listen to these songs in real time, or, you know, if you want to get the Spotify link, Spotify link. You can listen to the songs, you know, try to sync it up. I'll tell you when I'm starting the best of playlist. But yeah, we're going to be listening to the absolute best of BrockHampton. I'm looking up there because I'm thinking it's my camera, but it's easy to hear. The absolute best of Mr.'s BrockHampton. But yeah. It just sounds like one person's name, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like, no, there's a lot of people in the group, but, you know, Kevin Abstract is kind of like the Tyler, the creator of this shit, you know? And I do think, you know, more than enough of them are definitely competent in terms of, like, you know, dynamics and stuff like that and doing their own thing. I really do think they're, like, maybe the closest. Oh, snap, right. We gotta pick a thing. Tech Info, goated. For real, Dylan Carter's for real. You knew that. And here we go. We're starting now. We had to start with the fucking smasher boogie. Like, this is the fucking banger of all these bangers, you know. And I went through, because someone requested a whole bunch of these albums. Because I was like, I remember it's like, oh yeah, Saturation 1, 2, and 3. And then I was like, oh wait, and then Iridescence, and then the one where the two people are hugging it. Well, wait a minute. It's like, I'm actually listening to a lot of these guys now. For the Going On podcast, I mean. Like, this is my absolute favorite song from them. This fucking beat is absolutely nuts. Ooh. I love how they always describe themselves as a boys band. And you know, as I listen to more of the stuff, especially the earlier stuff to make the best of lists, like, I kind of got that more of like the new age sound, but with more rap, of course. Because there is a lot of singing, but I think isn't that Bareface guy or something like that who mainly does it? So it's not like them, right? Like, and Marilyn Wood. We never hear anything from him. He's the old dirty bastard of the group. That horn sample, it's the killer. Like, it really is my favorite thing that they've ever done. Like, they of course have other songs that I really enjoy, but like, god damn, this is what I'm always going to go back to if I ever look up a BrockHampton song, ever. And that little woo woo. But yeah. Holy shit, bro. Now, see, as much as I, enjoy the songs from him that I enjoy from him, I never could call myself a, fan necessarily. Because I don't know, it just feels like it was never a consistent enough sort of like output for me to really feel that way. But that said, it's like the Wu-Tang Clan isn't exactly like as consistent if you look at their overall albums, but like their first album was absolutely tight, and the second album, while it's like, you know, big sequely, I feel like it's still, you know, I feel like their differences as artists are so like, you know, plain to see, where it's like, okay, you know the difference between Old Dirty Bastard, between Method Man, between Ghostface Killah, between the Jizza, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're so distinct. And this is the problem that I have with so many like rap bands like a Odd Future or a BrockHampton, where I'm like, I'm sorry, other than the main guy, Tyler the Creator and the singer dude, I don't know what the difference between most of y'all is. I really don't. Like, every time I listen to it, I was like, like BrockHampton, they all sound like really emotional guys getting all of their emotions out, and it's not really about punchlines as much as it is like the really emotional storytelling. And then with Odd Future, it's like they're just shitlords who are just trying to be the most shitlordingest shitlord. You know, like I don't hear like variation in terms of like, you know, You God, you know, he's got the deeper voice. Ghostface Killah, he's got the higher voice that's gonna give you more like, you know, weird imaginative imagery. Method Man's got the smoky voice who's giving you the hook of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean in terms of like, I'm like, I could never feel like, what is one person doing? And I think part of that is like, BrockHampton is like a group that was made online, right? So it's like, I feel like there's a certain cohesiveness that you're just not going to get as well with people who aren't like within each other's physical like, I mean, you know, there's something to be said for musicianship. I think that, like I said, there's still a lot of joints that I really like, but I feel like there's never felt like a cohesive full project for me. Like, I feel like I love Marilyn Wood, but I can't name a song that I like with him on it that is like his Shame on a Nigga. You know what I mean? I feel like anytime I actually hear him just by himself, it feels like, yeah, it's hype, but it doesn't feel like there's enough. You know what I mean? Like, I felt the same way about Kevin Abstract. It's like, I like him, but I remember when we listened to his album, it was like, I don't know. There's just something that I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, the internet, you know how the internet kind of doesn't have like PR, you know, people having the A&Rs, you know, hooking them up and getting them to sort of like really have it go through that proving ground. I feel like that not being there now is a good thing in that it allows people to really like break through. But I feel like there is a certain level of just like, you know, it's like, hey man, I get it. It's your therapy session on an album, but like, you are trying to give people, you know, shit that they can like come back to and not just, that's what it is. It's like, you know, it's very writing in my diary raps, which is cool, but I can feel like that has a limited sort of like, if I don't care about you, I don't care about what your life is, you know? And I feel like there's still, what do you call it? It's still incumbent upon, you know, and the new audience that you're trying to bring through to like give them the, you know, what I feel like the flair and the punchlines that really pulls them in. And like I said, it's not that I don't think they do that, because like I said, I'm pointing out that what I think the best tracks are. I just feel like the consistency is not as much to where I was like, yeah, you know, I felt like, I think Saturation 2 is probably my best, because I feel like that's the one that I had the most tracks from. But it's like, yeah, I felt the same way. Like, listening to the new album, The Family, it's like, even though there was, again, a track that I still liked off of it, it still felt like the tracks I was listening to, I was like, yeah, this doesn't feel like they're, like, cohesive. It doesn't feel like they're together, you know what I mean? But, yeah, maybe I'm crazy, you know, but it's just how I feel, you know what I mean? Yeah, E. Nunez said, I feel you. They did have an issue with being distinctive from one another. I also feel that's why none of them have had huge solo careers since they split. Yeah, and like Kevin Abstract is like the biggest one, who I feel like he definitely has gotten some shine. But like Marilyn Wood, this guy, I knew from the jump they didn't know what to do with this guy. It's like, this guy's way too interesting. You know what I mean? The way they're just like, really? We ain't got nothing for him to do. He's not, no features on like really big songs, stuff like that. We really not gonna give him. the ODB treatment. What the fuck? He needs to be on some Ariana Grande song where people are gonna go like, who the fuck is that? And it's like, oh yeah, you know, I've just been listening to like BrockHampton and I just thought he'd be a good. And people just like, what? Like that's that moment you're supposed to have in music, right? Where you're like, Ariana Grande, listen to BrockHampton. You know what I'm saying? You get it? It's like his moments just like you know, the thing about Old Dirty Bastard, especially with the first album that I realized like growing older is like as people have said, like RZA kept ODB on a short leash in terms of the musicality and like, okay, you need to have someone who knows what they're doing, because if we just go by what ODB wants to do, he's in and out and flighty, and we kind of just need to capture what we can when we can, and then really pull something and make something out of it. That's how you can tell really the difference between ODB's first and second album. The second album is, you know, Pharrell like kind of experimenting, but not really kind of like, you don't feel the cohesiveness that you feel with the first album. Definitely kind of falls apart a little bit at the end. So I guess in that way, the second album is more cohesive in being kind of in that mediocre space, but you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, I feel like by the last few albums they made, they clearly were tired with each other. And the thing about it is, it's too much. Like the emotion, like every song is about how everything they're going through down to the minute, and it's like, this is internet overshare culture, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to know every fucking thing. Like, goddamn, leave something to the imagination, you know? Or leave, and I mean that like musically, leave something to imagination. It doesn't, this is music, we can do stories and stuff, you know, we can make up stuff, we can take things from real life, and then like, you know what I mean, fuse them into story elements that are kind of interesting. It doesn't all have to be, because I feel like at a certain point it becomes like, okay, I either I have to like you, the artist, in order to like this music. It's that Kanye sort of music where it's like, you know, you ever notice it's like, not listening to Kanye's music anymore doesn't really make you feel like you're losing anything, because like most of his music is about himself after a certain point. You know, it's like, so you have to be kind of into the business of Kanye to really care about it, because it's like, it's not just about punchlines, it's the usage of all those punchlines to specifically be about, you know what I mean? It's not just like to be the best MC and do it. No, it's Kanye is the person who's that personality that the paparazzi love and can't stop talking about. You know what I mean?